The retainer replacement. Turning your agency's monthly contract into a fixed-price subscription product. Stop renegotiating scope every month. Package your ongoing agency work as one recurring product with a page, a price, and automatic renewal. Every agency owner knows the ritual. The 25th of the month arrives, and instead of billable work, you're rewriting a scope of work doc, defending last month's hours, waiting on a signature so invoicing doesn't slip. Multiply that by every client on retainer, and you've built a second, unpaid job, contract administration. The agencies that escape this don't work harder on proposals. They turn the retainer into a product, one fixed offer, one price, one page, a subscription that renews itself without anyone touching a Google Doc. This is the retainer replacement playbook, built for teams selling ongoing services, not solo freelancers selling a single call. Why custom retainer is quietly the most expensive word in your business. Custom retainers feel flexible, which is exactly the problem. Flexible scope means every client believes their situation justifies an exception, and every account manager ends up negotiating scope creep client by client. None of that negotiation is billable, and it stays invisible until you tally the hours senior staff spent in status calls instead of on deliverables. A productized subscription flips the default. The deliverable list is fixed, the price is fixed, and an exception is what requires a conversation, not the baseline. There's a second cost that's easy to miss. Custom retainers make it hard to sell your agency when you're not in the room. A referral or podcast mention can't just look at a page and buy. They have to book a call, wait for a proposal, negotiate. That's fine for your biggest clients. It's a terrible funnel for mid-sized clients who'd say yes immediately if the offer were just sitting there. It's the same reason individual creators keep store.fan as their one link. It turns a conversation into a page a stranger can act on today. Step 1. Draw the box around what the tier actually includes. Before you touch pricing, write down the actual repeatable unit of work your team delivers most often. Not the aspirational version, the real one. A social agency's box might be 12 posts a month, 1 strategy call, 1 revision round per post, monthly reporting. A fractional marketing team's box: 1 campaign build, ad spend management up to a stated budget, a bi-weekly check-in. The goal isn't to shrink your service. It's to name it precisely enough that you and the client both know what's in the box. Exact deliverable count per cycle. A number, not as needed. Included revision rounds, and what happens beyond that. Turnaround time commitments in business days. Communication channel included, async only or a set number of calls. What's explicitly excluded: ad spend, extra platforms, rush jobs, cancellation and pause policy, written in plain language on the page. The one rule that makes this work: if a request isn't on your scope list, it doesn't get done inside the subscription price. It becomes a paid add-on. Say this to clients before they sign, and put it on the page. Ambiguity is what turned your retainer into a negotiation in the first place. Step 2. Systemize delivery before you fix the price. A fixed price only works if your cost to deliver is also roughly fixed. If every client's onboarding, brief, and workflow is bespoke, you're pricing a guess. Before launching the tier, template what repeats. A standard onboarding form, a shared content calendar, a fixed reporting template, a checklist your account manager runs every cycle. This unglamorous work makes fixed pricing safe instead of reckless, and lets you hand delivery to a mid-level team member instead of your most senior, most expensive one. Skip this step, and you'll find out the hard way. 20 subscriptions sold at a flat rate. Delivery costs ballooning because every account still runs custom. Margin eaten instead of protected. Systemize first. Price second. Step 3. Build the tier as a real product, not a service description. This is where most agencies stall. They write a scope document and call it a productized offer. But there's still no page, no price, no way to buy without emailing someone. Treat this the way a creator treats a membership. It needs a name, a price, a renewal cadence, and a page a client can purchase from. A subscription-style product on store.fan gives you exactly that. A fixed price, a defined billing cycle, and automatic renewal. So the client who said yes in March is still billed in September without your team lifting a finger. The page itself does real selling work. State deliverables in a bullet list, not agency jargon, show the price plainly, and answer what every prospect is silently asking: what do I get? And what happens if I leave? When building that page, borrow structure from a live example store to see how a clear, benefit-first layout converts better than a wall of text. Step 4. Price the ceiling, not the average month. A common mistake. Pricing at what an average month costs you, then losing money the first time a client has an above-average month. Price to your defined ceiling and treat anything beyond it as a paid add-on, not an absorbed cost. Want more room for bigger clients? That's a second, higher tier, not a quiet exception to the first. 2 or 3 named tiers. Essentials, growth, scale. Give prospects a ladder to choose from without you ever freehanding a custom quote again. Illustrative math. If your average retainer nets $2,400 next month after typical scope creep and renegotiation time, a tier priced at $2,000 a month with a hard ceiling and zero renegotiation overhead can be more profitable. The hours you save from not managing disputes are hours your team bills elsewhere. The number matters less than the fact that it's the same one every month. Step 5. Let renewal and churn do the work invoicing used to do. Once the subscription is live, your revenue risk changes shape. You're no longer worried about a stalled signature. You're worried about a cancellation before the next renewal. That's a healthier problem. It's manageable with the same tools any subscription business uses. A discount code for a client considering leaving. A broadcast email reminding lapsed clients what they're missing. A customer list you can actually see instead of tracking retainers in a spreadsheet. This muscle is what lets you scale from 5 clients to 50 without hiring another account manager just to chase renewals. We didn't get more clients by productizing our retainer. We got the same clients paying with less friction and got our senior team hours back from status calls. Handling the clients who genuinely need something custom. Not every client fits the box. The fixed tier absorbs the 70-80% whose needs are ordinary, not the outlier needing a bespoke engagement. Keep a custom quote path open, but stop defaulting every new client into it. The fixed tier becomes your default answer. Custom scoping becomes a priced higher exception. Route standard requests straight to the subscription page. No call required. Reserve discovery calls for prospects who need custom scope. Price custom work at a premium. Since it breaks your systemized delivery, review scope quarterly. If half your clients hit the ceiling, add a tier. Frequently asked questions. The real shift. Selling a page instead of reselling yourself. The agencies that make this switch stop dreading the end of the month. There's no scope call to schedule, no invoice to chase, no proposal to rewrite for a 2-year client. The offer is a page with a name, a price, and a defined box. And it renews itself, freeing senior staff to grow the account instead of defending its scope. Key takeaways. A custom retainer resold every month is a proposal machine. A productized subscription tier is a sales page that bills itself. Draw a hard line around scope. Name the deliverables, cap the requests, and put the ceiling in writing on the page itself. Fixed price tiers only work if delivery is systemized first. Price the system, not the hours a subscription renews on autopilot. So churn, not negotiation, becomes your main revenue risk. Manage it accordingly, Your storefront page replaces the sales call for repeat and referral clients, freeing your team's time for actual delivery. Start your Creator Store free at store.fan.